Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of a Pretty Little Podcast. I'm Allie Violet Vixen Commissaro, and I'm here with my beautiful co-host Jessie.
Hi guys, welcome back another week. I'm so happy to be back, and I'm so happy to be in rotation and cranking these episodes out again because I love being here with Allie and I love meeting all these amazing bands and artists. So give it away, Allie.
Tonight on a Pretty Little Podcast, we're joined by a band that caught our attention with their raw energy, powerful lyrics, and a sound that hits to your soul. Please welcome Jaded State.
Hello, how are we going?
Hello, ladies.
Yeah, it
Hello,
was
everybody.
good.
Glad to
How
be
you
here.
guys doing?
Not too bad. It's 10 o'clock in the morning here in Australia, so
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Day started.
Yeah, it's early morning.
Wow.
Almost again.
so we have so much to talk about. So first, we want to get into how did you kind of get inspired to start the band, and how did you guys kind of link up together?
Well, I've always sort of been inspired to be in a band. Just like that's the only thing I really care about is music and stuff like that. Just like playing guitar, singing along to bands and stuff, singing along to Silverchair. I don't know if you guys know Silverchair.
Yep.
Yeah, they're a pretty big band in Australia, probably like the biggest of like the grunge scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then always wanted to do it. And then I chucked a thing on Facebook. There's like a little Melbourne musicians Facebook page. And then I post something on there.
Should we explain geography or anything for some of the viewers who maybe
Yeah,
aren't familiar with Australia?
Sure.
So, for context, we're based in Melbourne, Victoria, which is at the bottom of the east coast of the landmass. So it's like we're in winter at the moment. It's pretty cold mornings. And then back in 2023, Ben and I'd broken up from an old band before, and I was looking to collaborate with other people, and we linked up off a Facebook group page in Melbourne, and it was like similar music tastes. He's got an amazing voice. I felt pretty excited for what we could do.
Yeah.
So you were both looking for people to work with, and it was just pure chemistry off the bat.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
And forgot to mention, our bassist is not here today. He's currently abroad in Europe. He has been the last month. He's going to be there till August. So love you, Matt.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was initially me, Ben, and actually my twin brother Hugh, who used to be in the band. And then we were jamming for quite a few months, and I bumped into Matt, who I used to go to school with one day, and I was like, come play bass with us, have a jam. And he rocked up to a practice one day and loved it. And then that was kind of cemented the lineup. And yeah, we started gigging pretty soon after.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, how did you come up with the name? Because your music is so, I love it because every song is completely like gives me a totally different vibe. Like when I was saying to everybody, I was kind of promoting, I was like, they have like a 70s like sound, but then they give it their own twist. And then the next one I heard, I was like, yeah, they're a little more punk rock. And then like, I love it. So how did you come up with the band name to kind of describe that whole style?
I was just at work and we were flicking off names. We're just like all of us were just flicking off names like, what do you think about this one? What do you think about that? And I came up with, I had a couple jaded, like it was like Jaded Slave, Jaded something, everything. And then Jaded State came along and I was like, what do you guys think? And they're like, yeah, that's awesome. I don't know. It's sort of like me, like I'm in a jaded state. Like it's not like a lot of people think it's the state that we live in that we're saying that it's jaded, but it was more like we're in a jaded state. Like we feel pretty jaded.
State.
Exactly.
It was like the only name we all were kind of like, oh, it's all right. Like none of us were like blown away, but like every other name because we were kind of like butting heads about it. It was the only name
that was
everyone
making
was
you
like, this is all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every other name, someone was like, that's awesome. And they're like, oh, shit. But Can we swear on this, by the way? Is that
Go ahead.
Yeah.
okay?
Okay,
Yeah,
go.
I didn't want to do something like.
I always say everybody's carrying around a band name list in their phone at all times.
Yeah,
Like, everybody's got one of those, and
yeah,
you're like, here's my side project, like blah 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 blah. And I always love there's always that meme there, like he showed me his band name list and it's just like blah blah blah. It's just like a bunch of random stuff. But when you think about like how did people pick that name is always like very like how did Piss Jeans get picked? Like how what else was in that list? You
yeah,
know?
exactly. There was a lot. There was heaps.
Yeah.
So how would you kind of describe your sound? And I'll say right now, how would you describe your sound of viewers that have never heard you before? And what song would you tell them to listen to as that first song?
Good question.
It is a good question.
I think I like to describe us because I'm heavily influenced by 90s music, so I kind of use a label of post grunge slash alt rock.
Mhm.
Depending on which song I imagine like you guys obviously probably first heard New Life. If you've just heard New Life, you might think we're almost borderline pop punk, or
Yeah,
like kind of, which it does have shades of that. Our EP is a lot more, I would say, the post grunge alt rock um kind of label. Our upcoming single probably also leads into that. Maybe even could say like hints of like kind of little bit of like metal elements, but yeah, it's
we're
we
all
flirt with different genres, I would
yeah,
say.
we're all over the place with it.
So let me ask you, if you could build the perfect bill to put yourselves on, like to reflect like what you guys are doing, who else would you run your tour with? Like perfect bill.
Like big bands.
Yeah, it can be anybody.
Okay. Well, definitely Silverchair. Silverchair would be on there. Um, like Foo Fighters as well, I reckon. Um, Nirvana, I reckon as well. That'd be pretty
Yeah.
sick to have them on it.
Yeah, any like 90s festival, like the bizarre festivals from like the mid 90s. I don't know, Pink Pop, something like that
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
90s. Like, I reckon
Yeah,
we
yeah,
slotted
yeah.
right for one of those.
yeah,
Yeah.
You guys
yeah.
are really channeling, locked into bringing that kind of sound back, and like,
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah. That's what we want. That's what we want to do the most is bring back the '90s sound, like the grunge sound.
Yeah.
I reckon we have it in
It's
us.
got a certain tone. You got a tone to like, I don't know. It's like it has a very specific tone to those guitars and everything. Like,
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, absolutely.
So can we hear about your first show as a band?
Huh.
First show.
It would have been Stay Gold, Feb 2024.
Yeah, February 22nd, 2024, we played our first show at a little venue in Melbourne called Stay Gold, and it
mhm.
was actually really good. It was way better than what we thought it was going to be. We were almost chasing how good it was for months.
Yeah,
Like
for a few months.
we played like a really nice stage. It was really good sound, and then the next show that we played was on the smallest stage that
It was
you
a
could.
dot box. It was
Yeah,
like there was, there's four of us squashed in this little room. Not a professional stage.
nah. So we really got lucky with the first gig, I reckon. Just sent out like a bunch of emails to all these venues,
Yeah.
and one got back to us, and they're like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." Had about like 50 people there, and it was really good. I really loved it.
Yeah.
There was a lot more covers in our set list than what there is today. Like we didn't, I think, really had the EP and probably like another 3 songs
Yeah.
under our belt. But
So people.
yeah, there's a couple of songs that we don't play anymore.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah,
Sometimes you have to go through the set list and,
yeah, exactly.
rework it, you know?
Yeah,
But I think that's part of the band growth.
yeah.
How do you guys feel like you have grown as performers since your first show to like where you guys are now?
I can say I've seen all the boys grow so much. I was actually the only person that had really ever had experience playing like live shows before.
Okay.
So Matt and Ben, um, Matt, if he was here, he's very outgoing, so he's naturally kind of a born entertainer.
Mhm.
Benny, I'm not gonna lie, I was very nervous because I felt like it was either we were gonna sink or swim. Like he was either gonna like freak out and kind of like just run off stage, or he's gonna absolutely kill it. And he did the latter. He absolutely nailed it. All the boys did their bit, and our energy was amazing. And I think we realized in that moment, that like even though it was very raw, like we have the I guess natural instincts for it, and we've just ever since we've built upon it, and now when we play, it's a lot more yeah, you feel comfortable and you back each other in, and yeah, you know what you're getting.
Yeah. Yeah. Couldn't have said it any better. It was very scary. It was the first time I've ever really sung in front of anyone before.
Yeah.
And I remember like before we got on stage, I was like backstage, I was like, oh my God, I'm freaking out here a little bit. And then got up
And
there,
that's a
saw
lot of
heaps.
people to have at your first
At your
show.
first show? That's
Yeah, I know.
crazy.
I know what it was. It was a lot of friends and family, which almost makes it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Uh,
for my first show, I didn't even tell my friends. I didn't want
yeah.
the least amount of people there. So
Yeah.
then everybody was messaging me afterwards. I can't believe you didn't tell me you guys played your first show.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how was it feeling afterwards when everybody comes up and tells you you guys killed it? Like,
Oh,
because that's always, you know.
so good. Like it
Mhm.
makes you want to cry. It actually gets you emotional. Like we filmed our first show, and I like you look back on it, and then like you walk past all your mates on stage, and you're all high fiving each other, and it's like that's actually so it really touches you, and
Yeah,
it makes you believe like yeah, I want to do this more. Like that was the best thing
Mm,
ever. It was the best feeling ever.
it
yeah.
really is, and I'm, like, so like, that's so amazing that you guys had that many people there because I'm sure everybody after was just like, "We wanna it's like, that ripped, you gotta keep going." And when
Yeah,
you get that kind of feedback, you can't go back. They
yeah,
won't believe
exactly
it.
right.
Yeah, it's so wild to hear that you guys, like, just started in 2023. Because man, you guys like, I would have never known that by going through your discography. Like, I was just like, wow, like, I would have thought that you guys had been around for a while, and, like,
Yeah,
that's
Sweet.
thank
crazy.
you.
That's a massive compliment. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
We're gunning pretty hard at the moment. Like, I think the boys on like we're pretty ambitious. And we really want it. So we're trying to just release new content, like new songs every other month at the moment. We just want to constantly be working towards, just like the next thing.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. We want to stay real busy.
yeah.
And it's hard when one of the boys wants to go to Europe for
Three months.
3
Yeah.
months, but we had a lot of stuff planned, like YouTube videos and stuff, and just a couple singles coming out. But once he's back, yeah, we have some cool things planned.
Mm, yeah. For
That's
sure.
awesome. So let's
Yeah.
get into talking about your process a little bit. How do you guys go about your songwriting process, and how does everybody kind of contribute to the music?
Everyone does their own little part. Like with the EP, I was I was just writing songs for like the first like 5 months. I was writing songs and sending it to them, and they were like, "Yeah, that's good. We like that. We'll do that." And then everyone just does their own part. Like I'll come up with the main riff, the vocals, the melodies and stuff, and then Tom will come up with his drums. Matt will come up with his bass.
Mm.
But on the single that's coming out this Friday, that was you. You
Yeah,
came.
so like it's I don't know if we have like we don't have a distinct process. Like Ben was saying, a lot of the EP were like his like ideas. Like he would have a verse and a chorus, vocals, guitar, and then we would flesh it out as a group. I kind of like to describe it as like we're kind of gluing the song, like you're almost like you're fleshing out, gluing it, bring it together because you might be missing a bridge or like a section to link up two parts. So a lot of the EP was actually like the main ideas were Benny's. And then New Life again, that was another Benny initiative. And then our most recent one, The Whole, I came up with most the song, I suppose, like the composition of the song. And I sent it to Ben one day and said, "Do you reckon you could write some vocals?" And it was one of those ones where we kind of we just played it to the group played it. We just listened to it. I'm like, shit, yeah. Let's play this next show.
Yeah.
And here we are. And then in the studio, like it's a little bit, I mean, it's probably our first song that's almost also a little bit proggy. Like Matt had a cool, great moment. And when I talk about like fleshing it out and like kind of glue guys, Matt's really good at that. He could hear there was we could play keys in the chorus, sticking out the chords. And I think that really adds to the song. It's kind of like, kind of almost like a floating feeling.
Yeah, for sure.
A moment of like softness in the song.
Yeah.
But there's no like exact process, like we all have different ideas. I'm a pretty harsh critic. Like he sent me so many ideas. I'm like, that's shit. Like, nah, not about that.
No, good.
And vice versa. I'm very critical of myself as well. So
yeah,
it's hard.
It's easy to like have that critic in you, but then it's a whole, I feel like as you create and as an artist, I don't know, it never goes away, but I feel like I don't know, it never goes away, but you learn that like your art's worthy and stuff like that. That's how I felt personally, like with my artistic journey. Like it never goes away, but like I still don't like to listen to myself recorded and stuff like that. But like
yeah.
Well,
you guys get it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I don't know about Maddie, but I know me and Ben are pretty like, I mean, some people probably don't want to hear us say it, so we're pretty critical of the EP.
Yeah, we don't really like the sound of the EP.
It's more the production because we did it ourselves. We didn't have a producer. We just had the current person we're working with now. Shout out Robin. She mastered it for us, but the actual recordings and the mixing was all done ourselves.
Yeah,
that really gives it that 90s sound though that you can't like, so I get what you're saying because I felt the same way about my self-recorded stuff. Like I was like, woof. And then but I also think that like, I don't know, it's nice to be like, that was the baby band. You guys I think that where you're like, I don't like it now, like maybe 10 years from now, you're gonna be like, I love you. You know what I'm saying?
I reckon that as well. I do believe that.
So.
I do believe that. I think we're getting caught up with the stuff that we're hearing now that we're recording and comparing it to us just doing it by ourselves. And we're spending like 1,000 on each song at the moment. But back then there was like we didn't spend any money. We had a free like guitar plug-in that we found online.
Yeah.
And that's what we use. Like it was
very like
I think we're being too hard on it, I reckon. Because people do like it. And we're the only ones who think that it's shit.
Well, I like the
You know
song.
what? I was like blown away, and I was actually telling our producer, like, I go down the rabbit hole sometimes on like Apple Music, and I like if I connect with something, I'll go under and I want to know what everybody else is saying about it. And like, did I miss anything that like somebody says in the comments? Dude, you have no bad comments. I did not see one bad comment under any of your videos. They were all positive. Like, that says a lot. Like, we've been doing this for a couple years now, and you don't see that very often. Usually there's at least one that comes in there. Like, I didn't see any, so that's really impressive.
Did you delete them?
On our music video that we just released that hit 50,000 views recently on YouTube, there's a couple bad comments on there, but you just gotta. I love it. Like it means you're doing
It
something
was
right.
51K when I saw last time.
Yeah, it's 51 now.
Just
you get some bad comments. Who's counting? There's a lot of Green Day. Like a lot of people think that we sound like Green Day. Like you rip off Green Day better. It's just like We don't reckon we sound like
Right.
Green Day at all.
If people are gonna say that you sound like someone, why not have it be Green Day?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly right.
that's like a great I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know
I
what kind of
love
like,
Green Day.
but
I love them
that's
so
just
much. I saw them a couple months ago in Melbourne, and it was amazing. I've seen them twice. They're one of my favorite bands, but music wise for us, we don't reckon we sound too much like Green Day. But I was using my Billy Joe replica Strat. So that's probably what got people's eyes, and they're like, "Oh, they love Green Day." Yeah.
well, your songs are so dynamic. I was actually curious, were there any that you like when you were writing it, it was kind of like going in one direction, and once like the other band members kind of put their input in, like it totally changed and kind of became something completely new?
You reckon? What do you reckon? I don't.
Well, my first thought when I heard that was I remember so our track Angel, I remember when Ben the first demo he ever sent me of that, it was a lot slower. It wasn't it was like
Yeah,
probably 30 BPM
yeah,
slower. So like significantly instead of kind of being like a foot stomper, it was a lot more like it just wasn't as far. It had a very different feel. I remember originally we used to kind of jam it like that, and then I don't think it was necessarily one of us, but he one day was like, "I think this should be faster," and we started playing it faster. And that completely changed the feel for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we open every show with Angel. That's our big opener. Just get the crowd revved up and ready to go. Really.
Yeah, yeah. Let me think. Other songs. It's I don't know. I think sometimes I think a lot of the ideas we've had brought to the table, they tend to have enough going for them that you can see kind of the end goal or the direction of the song. So I can't think of any that have had like a dramatic turn. Um, once someone's brought the idea through. But that is a good question. I just remember Angel distinctly having a different feel because of the tempo.
Yeah.
But that's a very much a drummer thing. Me being the drummer, like thinking like that.
I've written songs and I give it to the boys and they're like, yeah, cool. We jam it for like a couple of months and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I reckon we should change this, change that. I'm like, all right, let me have a show the next night. And then we completely fuck it up on stage. And that's the only time that we've ever screwed up on stage was when we changed it like a couple of weeks before. And then someone's playing the right version, someone's
And the
playing.
crowd probably loved it. The crowd
Yeah.
probably loved your mistake.
Yeah, I reckon
We stopped the song.
we stopped the song. It's the only time that we've ever stopped in a performance. I was so angry.
Three of us were lost. We're like, what's going on? I'm just like, I gotta kill the song.
Yeah. It's always
Stop
up to
this
the
train
drummer.
wreck.
It's always up to the drummer. He just stood up, just like, stop. And I was like, and I'm the one with the mic, so I have to be like, oh, what just happened? Like it falls on me.
Now,
I get it.
No,
I
go
get
ahead.
it entirely. Especially when you're making changes, even changing the set list sometimes, the order of the songs, you're like, I don't know what comes next anymore. We moved
Yeah,
one song.
exactly.
You're big on that, yeah. Or trying to change it the night. Yeah, anything changing the day of is never.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
don't
I
know.
changing the day of is like, I can't believe that we're doing
Yeah.
this. Or practicing. I don't even like practicing the day of. They always say practicing the day of's bad luck. And I'm like, we always be practicing the day of.
It's no good.
Hmm.
So, do you guys want to tell us a little bit about the song that is coming out on Friday?
Yes, it's called The Hole. Tommy wrote the instrumental and I came in and wrote all like the vocals, the lyrics and stuff, harmonies and stuff. I reckon it's probably, I know that every band probably says this when there's a new thing coming out, but I genuinely reckon this is our best work. It's got keyboards, there's a specific Silverchair album called Neon Ballroom, and it's, if anyone knows Silverchair, it's I reckon it sounds like it's supposed to be on that album, I
It's
reckon.
from that era. It's definitely from that late 90s era. I also think the song has shades of Alice in Chains in it. Because lately I've had a big I've been really into them and listening to a lot of their stuff. I intentionally detune the guitar half a step, like because we typically
Yeah.
play drop D, and I was like, I want this to have a heavier edge, so I just went drop D flat. And I don't know, the song, yeah, it's it's I don't know, it's kind of just happened, but the main riff is quite heavy, but I find the choruses to be like very uplift. It's like heavy and soft at the same time.
Yeah.
Throughout the song, it's like both dark and beautiful. I don't know how. I don't know how, but
I was gonna say that it's like it's heavy but then it goes into the slow like chorus. It's like nice and just like slow, and then as soon as the chorus finishes, it's back in just
into
like
it, yeah.
it's really good. I really love it.
which we don't have. We don't really have anything else that's quite like that. Usually we're quite singular with kind of the mood of the song. And I just think out of all our discography so far, it's probably the most progressive in what we're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really proud of.
it's my favorite song that I've written lyrics for. Like it's about like it's about like drug addiction. I reckon that's what I'd say.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not like it's
It's not like it's not from personal experience.
yeah, it's just like in my eyes, what drug addiction it's. I basically wrote about like a heroin addict, I guess, and like
Okay.
what they'd go through, and the music video you'll see as well. We have a music video that should be coming out the same day.
Yeah, we're hoping.
We're gonna finish editing it as soon as we're done here.
So I'm so excited because I have no idea what really to expect with this. I mean, like,
Yeah,
The music
you
is
can do
quite
so much with that. And the fact that it's heavy and just the way you guys are presenting it, I can't wait.
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you
can't
so
wait to.
much.
I'm very excited.
And
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited because Dennis had dropped on me actually yesterday that you're going to let us preview it.
Yes, we
have
are.
not heard it yet. We are literally doing blind reaction for you guys.
Yeah, oh, cool.
This is awesome. So, everybody, The Hole by Jaded State.
Are you sick and tired of waking up every single goddamn morning in a jaded state? Oh, my rubber soul slowly dying, and I feel so cold. Into the touch, I'm no longer alive. And I am not focused. I can see you eyes. And now what you got to do. Make sure it's all it's not working on it's all in the bones you I see is what you put down low. Yeah, you stand so dark, 'cause you're born from the inside. My place so low, in a right place I cannot see the light. This is all my fault. I see you crying, and I just let it slow down. To the point of this,
I just want to immediately say guitar tone goes crazy.
Yeah.
Guitar tone goes absolutely bananas, like insane. Like, please tell me what the hell, like, where we got, what do we got going? What pedals we got going on? Like, what
What
crazy?
what guitar was I what did I use? Was it I think it might have been I think it's my Epiphone Les Paul. I think I used Epiphone Les Paul.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. This is the guitar in question.
That's the one. I was
Yeah.
like insane the tone. Immediately I was like Soundgarden, like Elements,
Yeah.
like I was like so I was like, bruh. I was like the vocals, like I see what you're saying about the way you guys really layered the chorus, the melodic elements with the heavies. I still can't get over the guitar tone and perfect with the vocals. Like they were doing this the whole time. So mhm. So, in really, really good release, like, you guys should really feel like, when you're like, "I'm really proud of this song," you should feel proud of that song. That song was a ripper. Um, you said, "I'm trying to take you back on a journey to the '90s." I'm first immediate. It has those vibes of something you would have been flipping through, like, the record store, or somebody would have been like, "This is a deep cut."
Yeah.
If the production was ass, I would have been like, "This was the deep cut that didn't get released off of, like, a Soundgarden or something like that." So, nailed it. You should feel
Thank
like
you
really
so
proud of
much.
I don't know why I got kicked off. I think I got
it
so
happened.
excited, like, it
Yeah.
felt like my energy, and it was just like, "Okay, this is just too much." Like, you're about to start, like, getting way too hyped. Okay. Now that I had a second to calm down to get back in, um, that was that was exactly what I was expecting from you guys. I mean, like, I knew it was gonna be, like, phenomenal. But, yes, I was totally feeling it, and I just watched Empire Records earlier, and yes, it has that, like, familiar, like, 90s feel that I love with, like, a hard, like, twist to it. I love it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It actually means the world.
And I think it's a good song, like, for people, not only people that are doing drugs themselves, obviously, but I think it's a good song for people that are dealing with a loved one that
Yeah.
is going
Yeah.
through that.
I just wanted to say as well, I think for me why the song's special as well, it's one of the first songs that we're playing that even when I listen to it, it invokes like feelings and emotions. And I think when you can capture that in music, I think that's really when you're starting to unlock things. So that's why I think it has such a special place.
Absolutely.
With all of us, yeah.
Like all of our favorite like 90s bands like Chains, Nirvana, just everyone, they sort of struggled with like the main one was heroin. So
Yeah.
that's why I was like, you're slipping through the fingers of the man I used to know. That's just what I would imagine.
And that lyric's crazy, but like when I heard that lyric for the first time, I was like, what? Like, that sounds hectic.
That's this what I would imagine that it would feel like to be like just witnessing someone that you love so much and that you care for so much completely change into a different person. Like he's slipping through the fingers of the man that I used to know. So that's
And
my
so
favorite
many
lyric.
people go
Powerful.
through that. I mean, like,
Yeah, absolutely.
that's really phenomenal, and I can't wait to see what you do with the music video.
Thank you.
So you said Friday. I
Yeah,
always
yeah,
ask this. When will it be like will that be on YouTube?
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The music video, yeah, and the song, like everything. The song and the video should be out Friday. I reckon it will. I reckon we'll get it done today.
Yeah.
It's a lot different than our New Life music video. It's a lot more darker. It's a lot more going on. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, it gets another 50,000 views. That wouldn't hurt.
Please, algorithms.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, that's amazing. And make sure that you literally get us everything because we will post on all of our pages and get it out there. And can't wait to see what you come up with because you guys are on a roll. I mean, I can't even believe I really like I'm so surprised that you guys have only been at it since 2023. Like I would have never.
Yeah, we I remember even for our first gig, it took us like we practiced like every weekend for 6 months. And like if it was up to me, I would have said, "No, we're not ready."
We should have just played it. We realized after our first like that, we should have just gone sooner.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm glad that we did practice for as long as that we did because I felt like it was good. I felt like it was needed. I didn't want to get up on stage and sound like a dickhead. So that was my main thing. I didn't want to get out there and just sound like we weren't ready, we're unprepared. So, and that really contributes into everything, like the songs, stage performance. Like we just want to make sure that we don't sound shit.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Just lock in, get, locked and loaded. And I'm sure that the response is going to be amazing to this video coming out. And it sounds like you've already had a great amount of response to the actual single itself. So definitely feel proud of yourself. I'm really excited to see all the comments on the video and all the feedback that you get from the actual release of it. And thank you so much for letting us hear it. It was phenomenal.
No, it's all good, of course.
Welcome.
I was just like, so good. I'm gonna be thinking about that I'm gonna be waiting for that to come out just to re-listen to that
Yeah.
perfect, like the perfect harmonies and that perfect guitar tone mixed with the vocals. Ooh, so
Thank you so much.
no problem. So we have the single out. We're having that single out. We're having the music video out. What else do we have coming up for Jaded State? Like
The next single that's coming out after the whole, we changed it up. Actually, it was going to be a little bit more of like a slower, angelic type of song. It's a song dedicated to the late great Michael Hutchence from NXS. He's I adore him. I absolutely love him. But we changed it up because we're getting a little bit of traction. Well, a lot of the views, the main source of views on our YouTube video for New Life is from Japan and United States and like Brazil and things.
Mexico.
And they love the heavier side of music, I reckon.
Yeah.
So So we're releasing probably our heaviest song that we've ever come up with.
We're gonna double down on the hard rock
Yeah,
energy.
I love
So
that.
it's borderline like I wrote the riff in the minds of Korn. Like I love Korn.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I tried to
I
come up
love
with like
Korn too. I'm a Jonathan Davis fan.
we love it. There's a Korn follow the leader
I
poster right
see
there on the
that.
door. Yeah, yeah, we love them. So that's what I was sort of going for, and we're going to do a music video for that one as well. And it's going to be more on the lines of New Life, like have us set up with like the drum riser and stuff, the drums
the band shot kind of style
Cool.
Yeah.
music video, which I think people really like.
Yeah.
Simplicity and
He
kind of
didn't want
seeing
to. He didn't want to do it. He did not want to do the New Life music video.
No.
He's like, nah, it's too polished and stuff. But
the people like it.
the
so
people
I'm
loved it.
changing
So, yeah.
the views.
I love that.
So my thing is going to be a little iffy because I had to do an update right before the show and I was trying to get in so that I didn't leave you guys hanging. And I did not restart my router, which I can just hear Dennis, our producer, in the background, like, restart the router. I'm going to wait till this is done. But before I end up getting kicked off again, because it's probably going to happen, do you have any shows coming up and where can people see you? Any plans to come to the US?
Whoa,
Oh my goodness.
that would be massive. That would be huge if we went to the US.
So that's still probably a ways off. International kind of shows. We are planning on doing something interstate later in the year. It's
Yeah.
very early.
We haven't told anyone about our little plans, but might as well say I think we're planning on going on a little tour up to like Sydney. Like it's a little Aussie tour, so like Sydney.
Weekender of sorts.
Yeah, so like
It'll be 2
it'll be a
weeks.
2-week little tour.
It's a pretty
Okay.
it's like to it hit a lot of like the East Coast major cities. It's still very early works, but it'd be awesome to do. And kind of play with other bands and basically grow the audience. I kind of described the band as to Matt the other day as we're like a virus and we want to infect as many people as possible.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, it's such a good way to think about it.
So, yeah, we're gonna try and do something along those lines later in the year. We're putting in the work now to get that done. Internationally would be awesome. Obviously, financially, it's a huge commitment, and we're probably not quite there yet. But definitely, when the window opens for that, it'll be something on the cards for sure. Hopefully, we just continue in the upwards direction we have been tracking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We have no shows fully locked in as of now, but we're planning on playing at the Lead.
Yeah, we'll probably have our first show back. Won't be till late August, and that'll be just a show locally in Melbourne. So it's still a ways off. Probably like 2 months, just because Matt's still traveling Europe, so everything's kind of on the dealer at the moment.
Yeah,
winter blues over here.
It's hard to plan something when we're up at like when we're awake. It's like 3 a.m. over in Spain, so it's hard to really message him and get a time where we can call and stuff. But
it's all good. Everybody, all of the viewers should just tag Silverchair, Korn, all the big bands under your video.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
One of them will hear you, and you'll be on a tour, and we'll get you over to the States.
Exactly, that'd be awesome. Silverchair probably wouldn't like. They're disbanded. Daniel Johns, he's gone.
We don't know what he's doing.
We'll never get him back, which is depressing. We wish, but yeah, something like that. I reckon. Like even AC/DC, they just announced a little tour, and they're coming down to Australia again, which is good.
Awesome.
And they've got. I'm sure you would have heard of Amel and the Sniffers.
Mm-hmm.
They're
iconic band.
Oh, they're so good. I saw them open up for Foo Fighters like in 2022 or something like that before they really took off. And I reckon that tour helped them, and they're so cool.
Are they? Would you say, because you guys obviously are from abroad, would they be our biggest export in rock at the moment?
I would say at the moment, I would say they're so big that I really don't know anyone that doesn't know who they are.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, they're big in the US. It's crazy. That's
They're
just
huge.
yeah.
They played Philly recently, and like, half of the people I know went. It was, like, crazy. It sold
So
out
good.
immediately. Yeah, it sold out
They're
immediately.
from the city that we're from. They're from Melbourne.
Yeah.
So they're
That's
just
so
down the
cool.
road.
It's
I know.
It feels good seeing, like, people from your area do really well, isn't it? It's like,
Absolutely. It gives you hope. It really
it
gives you
does,
hope.
doesn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
I get it.
There's a lot of really good punk bands in Oz and down Melbourne way. So yeah, and I feel like it's definitely got like that music's got a big appeal at home and abroad. I feel like for us, like the kind of the 90s hard rock and what we're doing, it's definitely more abroad.
Yeah.
I would say the appeal, which is
We
I don't know,
definitely
it has
having a huge revival of it, especially with bands like, Vane FM they're doing Fleshwater, and that just blew up. Like, a couple years ago, you could see Fleshwater down the street for, like, $10, and now they're, like, on some of the biggest international tours, and they're huge.
Yeah.
And have
That's what you
have
want.
really captured that '90s sound. It's actually insane. I'm like, because you can also see Vane for, like, I don't know, like, regular going to a hardcore show price, but, like,
Yeah.
Fleshwater is, like, opening for all, like, insane bands. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And it's the same people, and I'm like, "Wow."
Yeah.
What is the music scene like over in Australia?
I got some friends down under in some bands.
Yeah.
Shout out Meth Leopard.
Meth Leopard. That's awesome. That's such an Aussie name. Like I love that. That's sick. It's
They're
very
an
diverse.
amazing grindcore band, and the band's amazing people, and, they had one of the best grind releases this year. So,
That's
shout out
awesome.
Meth Leopard, you're the great Australian grindcore band. Killer album.
It's the music scene down here is very diverse. Like there's a lot.
it's everything.
It's everything. Like
It's everything.
the last couple of years, the biggest like genre of music would be indie, like the indie surf, like indie pop music, I reckon, like stoner music, I reckon.
Like
Mhm.
in terms of rock music, like if we were to just to be very vague and general with like you've got pop, you've got like EDM, you've got rock. Like I would say Australia and probably New Zealand, all grouping together, like the indie rock music is still big, which from
Yeah.
my understanding internationally it's not. It's just a thing that we have down here.
Like one of my favorite bands, Sticky Fingers. I don't know if you guys would have heard of Sticky Fingers. They're a little Aussie indie band, and I love them. They're so good. They're so cool. But I do feel like that's on the out. Like it's not as big as what it was. Like every band that was coming out of Australia, where it was just like indie. But I don't know. It's sort of up in the air.
Among like
Is
I would say, like,
Sticky Fingers spelled like it sounds?
Yeah. It's just sticky fingers.
Yeah, I'm always looking for fun bands that
yeah.
They're awesome. They're a little bit troubled. Like they had a bit of
They got cancelled.
they got cancelled,
but
which was
they survived getting cancelled.
they survived. Yeah, they got cancelled by. There's a big radio station down in Australia called Triple J,
I'm
and
looking at the T, the international T.
yeah, yeah, it was very bad. Like they were hated, but they got cancelled in like a year. They went on a hiatus, and then they came back and they did an arena tour, like sold out like stadiums in Australia, which was unreal. So you can't I reckon cancel culture is just it doesn't exist. If you let it exist and you go away and you hide away for a couple of years and you lose all your following, then it exists. But they were just like, nah, fuck this. We're coming back, and they came back bigger than ever.
I think they have an audience, and I think they were kind of like I would say pioneer. I don't know them as well as Benny Sticky. Like I've gotten around them recently, but they were pioneers of their genre in Australia. And they've got some songs, quite a number of songs that are like, I suppose you could call it iconic, at least like for us. So it's
Yeah.
very hard to, once you have that grasp on, people, it's very hard to then be like, well, you can't like, they're, they're forsaken, unless that you've done something truly, you know, horrendous, which, you know, is subjective. But they seem to have kind of pushed through that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're my favorite. They're so good. I've got one and only tattoo, and it's of one of their album covers. So
That's fun.
yeah, I
I'm a
love
real
them.
fan.
Yeah, but the music scene, like our local music scene, there's a bunch of great bands like Cassaware. We love Cassaware, Starjock, 7 Pound Halo.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, there's a lot of shit as well.
There's always shit everywhere, you
Yeah.
know, but you know, that's what I'm saying. Like I always say, more is more. Let it come out of Philly. Like every time I'm in a grindcore band, and every time somebody's just like, I'm starting a grindcore band, I'm like, start it up. I don't care if it's good. I don't care if it's bad. All I care is that it's coming out of the city. And we got more people making it. That's all I care about. I'm like,
Yeah.
start it up, do it up, blast beats, you know?
Yeah.
So
And
that's all
definitely-
I care about, but I get it and I love it. I love
Yeah.
that. You know, you guys got a lot going on where you guys are
Definitely.
from. A little bit of everything, it sounds like.
Yeah, it really is.
You guys are also doing a little bit of everything also with all your genre fusion and not being afraid of, you know, just putting out what you guys think sounds good. And it sounds like the response is super awesome. I love that so much.
We
It's going
are
good.
rounding up on time, so
Yeah.
we will definitely have you guys back, and maybe next time we can get bassist.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
And we wish you
Yeah.
guys so much luck. This will drop on Wednesday.
Cool.
Awesome.
I guess it would
Thank
be
you so
the
much.
next day there, so it'll
Yeah,
be Thursday there. But we will make sure that we send you everything, and we'll send you a folder with clips in it that you can put on Instagram and TikTok and everything.
Beautiful.
And so excited for the drop on Friday. Everybody, make sure you check it out. It's called The Whole Jaded State. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. It was
Thank you,
awesome.
Jesse. Love to
Thank
meet you.
you.
They're awesome. And I'm really excited to see their video and to be able to listen to their
Yeah, so
single
am I.
again.